Hey guys, we got an extremely special project here today. I wrote the world's first Git AI committer, which means that you are writing code and in the meantime, your code is automatically being committed, commit messages are written, and it's also pushed to the repo. Now, those of you who might deem this a war crime at this point, you also have to consider that you can still make manual commits. So essentially, at worst, you have these checkpoints that are very appropriately named. But you might find out that AI is better at committing than you. Naturally, although this wasn't my primary intention, this also combos well with automation. So you can have AI automatically writing code, while AI is also automatically committing the code and pushing it to the repo. And my default settings also aiming for very frequent commits, then it would be even easier to just go back to a working version. Of course, you can customize everything, but let's just see it as an example. Let's go into the README file, and we're just gonna add some exclamation marks to the end. You still have to save it, so we are saving it, and I'm doing nothing at all. Not a single thing. We're just waiting. And how the default is set up is that after 10 seconds of inactivity, it's going to be automatically saved. Of course, if you set up a key, which we are using as a Gemini key, so it's just gone. And this is the message, add exclamation mark to the README. Right. So these are all made by AI. So there's an odd story. This is kind of a project retrospective as well. So I was using the auto commit extension while I was writing the auto commit extension, and the later commits are pretty good. Earlier commits are kind of stupid. Update files and no changes to commit, right? But we got there because we always do. The commands are not that hairy. You only need to add a Gemini key, which, by the way, allows you to use the Gemini API 1,500 times per day for free. That's why I chose it. Also, it's pretty fast too, so that's a good combo. But essentially, you don't need to change anything. You just need to add your key, and it's gonna work perfectly. But if you want to customize the internal and the activity delay, then you can do that. Of course, you can disable it too, but what's the fun in that? The extension is actually super simple, because after X time or a Y delay, if there were any changes, then Gemini just makes a commit message and commits and pushes to the repo. That's it. The main difficulty in this project really came from the VS Code extension development experience, which I would classify as painful. Yeah, I'm not gonna go over everything, but I guess we can go over the main logic here. If you're auto generating, then we just return. Otherwise, we see if there are any changes. If not, then we don't do anything. Of course, we need the API key. And we can, if we have it, then it's ready to go. We can stage all changes. Of course, based on this diff message, this diff, we can generate a message. If we don't have it, then I guess tough luck. But otherwise, we just need to commit and push. It's a pretty simple one. The main dirt really could come from Gemini because you don't know, I suppose. But lately, it seems to be just totally nailing it. So it seems to be pretty much perfect. But one tweak I needed to do is that you can only use the free version 15 times per minute. So very important to those of you who are looking to customize and I don't know, they're gonna choose some bad customs. You cannot set it too fast if you plan to use the free keys. I have the base commit delay set at 20 seconds and the base inactivity delay set at 10 seconds. You might prefer other options, but the little that I play around with it, this seems pretty good. And even if you're typing away like a maniac, every 2 minutes, we would still have a save. Again, I must emphasize, you can still make manual commits, of course. But if you're feeling lazy in a project but still want saves, or just want more saves, then this is a great option. And of course, could be great with automation too. But possibly, most importantly, if you go with the default settings, then almost certainly you're gonna end up with a lot of commits. Therefore, you can flex on the other programmers in GitHub. They're gonna look at you, oh my god, why do you have like 50,000 commits? And then you can answer, it is because I'm just that good